Now this is a kind of well-trodden path with dog walkers and hill walkers and such like between Galashiels Cricket Club in that direction, and I think if you keep going, Clovenfords in this direction. But it's a path that holds a few secrets of history, which I'm going to expose, uncover, inform you about today. So let's go and take a look. There is the tower known as Meigle Tower, a famous Galashiels landmark, reputedly haunted, full of history and stories of the past and the Covenanters and murder. But there's another tower, just as famous, even more important somehow, on this side of the hill. But the building and the structure have been completely destroyed, and the history has been somewhat forgotten. So what I'm going to do is traces of this tower. That tower was known as Blindlee Tower. Finding the remains of Blindlee Tower is not the only reason why I'm making this walk from Galashiels to Clovenfords today. Because there is a site of real geological importance on this walk too. Now on the OS map for this area, there is a feature which is described as Meigle Pots. Meigle Pots. Now it seems to be a bit of an enigma. Nobody in the Galashiels area that I speak to seems to know what it is. There are varying accounts of historical sites and this, that and the other. But it's not actually a site of history, it's a site of geological interest. So I'm going to try and find it today and then describe to you better what it is. I'm quite close to the quarry now, but apparently this is the site of Blindlee Tower. Now you can see, you can still see some of the foundations and the boundary walls and stuff. Like a lot of historical sites around here, it's only when you come up here and experience it firsthand that you can truly see the strategical position, and you can feel why it was here, and you can understand somebody building a tower here. The Laird of Blindlee and the Laird of Meigle Tower, just on the hill over there, were both in cohorts against the Laird of Torwoodlee. Torwoodlee Tower's just over there. And from Buckham up there and Blindlee here, they both kept an eye on Pringle of Torwoodlee to make sure he wasn't up to no good. But you know, as per usual for this area, there's absolutely nothing here. There's foundations and some stones lying about, but there's not even a minor plaque to tell you about Blindlee House, which was, you know, in its day, the most, or one of the most important buildings in the area. But now, it's forgotten. If you do want to see the stone that the building was constructed from, just have a look at the older buildings at the bottom of Channel Street in Galashiels, because that's where it was plundered and taken. Anyway, there you have it, Blindlee Tower. Why not come up and see the foundations of your heritage if you're from Galashiels? Anyway, onwards. Let's find Meigle Pots. Something not just of Galashiels significance, but of world geological significance. I don't know when this quarry up at top of Meigle Hill was last used, but looks pretty dangerous like it. This This old quarry's kind of atmospheric. Makes me think of old gangster films and that for some reason.
Alfie, I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Alright, Tommy. And you got the stuff?
I've got the stuff. I've got the stuff. Have you got the money? You got the money, Tommy?
You better not be working with the police, Tommy. You got the stuff?
Of course I'm not working with the police, Alfie. I've got the stuff here for you.
Are you wearing a wire?
Am I wearing a wire? What are you talking about, Alfie? Of course I'm not wearing a wire.
I think you're a grass. I think you're wearing a wire.
I'm not grass, Alfie. I promise, I'm not grass.
You grass. I knew you were a grass. You'd never trusted you, Tommy.
I am wearing a I'm wearing a wire. The police made me stay out. The police made me stay out, Alfie. I'm not grass.
You are a grass.
I promise you, Alfie, I'm not a grass. The made me stay out. I'm not grass.
You are a grass.
I'm not, man. I'm not grass.
I'm telling you, you are a grass. I'm going to kill you.
I'm not a grass. I'm not a grass.
You're a grass.
I suppose one thing that I've learned through watching hundreds of gangster films and that is that nobody likes a grass. And there's the top of Meigle Hill there. The Meigle Pots are further down the hillside, and you can see one there. I don't want to get too close because there's cattle there. They might attack me. But what Meigle Pots are these huge depressions in the hillside, like massive craters. But they've completely astounded and mystified historians and geologists for years. But I've been reading a book on geology. Well, you couldn't read the whole book because it's immensely boring. But I read this wee bit about Meigle Pots, and apparently this is the only example of this geological formation in the whole UK. So it's actually quite a site of special interest to boring geologists. But I'm going to briefly tell you how it was formed. So switch off now if you're not interested. The annoying thing about Meigle Pots is over the centuries, because this land has been valuable for agriculture and livestock rearing, a lot of them have been filled in. You know, farmers probably let local quarries or builders or whatever use the Meigle Pots to dump their rubble and stuff, which gave the farmer a better field. So sadly there's not as much remaining as what there was centuries ago. What are Meigle Pots? Well, at the end of the last ice age, Galashiels, in the valley of Galashiels, was covered in ice, over 300 feet deep. We know this because boulders like Wallace's Patternstone at the top of Meigle Hill there is a glacial deposit. But when the ice began to melt and move down the valley, lots of silt and mud and stones and stuff was brought down with it. And a lot of the hills, the smaller hills around Galashiels, are actually glacial deposits. But in Meigle Pots here, there was large blocks, chunks of ice, like icebergs that were left here. The glacier retreat down the valley deposited all the silt and stones and stuff around the ice, but the ice was left in the middle. Glaciers away, icebergs still there, silt, stones all around it, and then when the iceberg melted it left these huge craters hundreds of years after the actual ice age had ended, and that's how Meigle Pots were formed, I think. So there you go, over and above the magnificently gorgeous border scenery, a simple stroll from Galashiels Cricket Club to Clovenfords can afford you so much interest in history and geology. Please try yourself.